Apex Legends is the latest battle royale that's been brought to the table, this time with EA jumping on the trend along with their developer Respawn Entertainment, and along with that, it's free to play. Yes, you did hear me right, I said an EA game is free to play, so yeah, let's just see how they go fuck this one up. Anyway, after sinking way too much time into this game over the first week or so, I'd say I've got enough experience to give my opinion on the game so far. But after looking around the internet, and mainly YouTube comment sections and even some videos, the majority of people are enjoying the game for sure, but I still think there's way too many people trying to tear this game down, and I've noticed that there's a few reasons as to why that is. So today, I'm going to address some of those reasons, along with what I think of Apex's launch and how I think it'll fare going into the future. But just before we get into it, if you haven't already, I'd love it if you could smash that like button and subscribe for more videos like this each and every week. If you haven't played Apex Legends yet, like all battle royales, the game has you jump from a dropship, scavenge to find the best loot you can, and to try to achieve the ultimate victory of being the last group standing. And although those aspects of the game are similar to other battle royales, Apex Legends definitely puts its own spin on things. So let's run through some of them. One of the first things you'll notice about Apex when you jump in is how good the movement feels in the game. And you can absolutely tell that this game is set in the Titanfall universe, because although there isn't wall running, the movement just feels so smooth. Even if you suck at the game to start with, you'll still have a lot of fun just sliding down hills, using zip lines, and climbing up walls. Apex Legends also introduces a class-based system to Battle Royale with 8 different characters to choose from, and I'd say this is probably what makes Apex Legends stand out the most in this sort of saturated genre. Each character has their own passive, tactical, and ultimate ability that can change the sway of a gunfight if used correctly and strategically. Maybe if you like to be the anchor of the team, you can choose Gibraltar, whose bubble shield and defensive bombardment make for a great defensive position. Or maybe you like using the art of deception to gain the upper hand in a fight. Then you'll feel right at home with Wraith, or maybe Mirage, whose decoys can throw enemies off guard for about a second or two, allowing you to gain the upper hand. Look, regardless of how you like to play, you should be able to find a character that suits not only your needs, but your teammates' needs as well. And that's another thing Apex thrives at as well, is teamwork. At least at launch, Apex puts you into 3-player groups, and puts a heavy emphasis on team play with a bunch of new features that help to make teamwork a lot easier and also a lot more effective. The way I would describe it is, if you think of all the little issues you might have had with other battle royales, Apex Legends kind of finds a clever way to fix that issue. So for example, the new ping system allows you to point out enemies, or maybe buildings you want to loot, areas you want to go to, or even you can actually point out specific loot items for teammates to pick up. It's a massive improvement over the compass system in other battle royale games, which can be tough to use in the middle of a gunfight. Or if you hate dying, which I'm sure we all do, and when you have to watch your whole squad play the rest of the game with you sort of just sitting there, maybe eating a bag of chips, Apex Legends has that covered as well, with a new respawn mechanic where your teammates can bring you back to life at a respawn station. Even other really tiny issues, like maybe you hate looting enemies just to find out they have no good items at all. Well, in Apex, each enemy death box is actually color coded, so you can see what color the highest rarity item is in that player's inventory. See what I mean? Like, these are issues that I didn't even necessarily think could be fixed, or even things I didn't even really want to be fixed, because I didn't know it could actually be done better. But Apex finds a way to do it better, and the game is a lot more fun because of it. And those are only a few examples, by the way. If you play for a few hours, you'll definitely see what I mean. Just playing the game, you'll see that Apex Legends is definitely a game that has been made for the players, and a game that was made with the player in mind first and foremost. And other cool additions like the introduction of a champion squad before each match, as well as the champion squad's banners being placed on massive banners throughout the map for the whole match to see, really makes you feel like a bit more than just a random player, or really just more than 1 out of 60. It makes you feel like you mean something. That's sort of the best way I can put it, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's my little rant about how much fun I've been having in the game so far. So now I want to address some of the hate that's been going Apex Legends' way. And the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that it's not Titanfall 3. If you weren't aware, Respawn Entertainment, the developers of Apex Legends, are also the developers of the Titanfall series, and a lot of fans were hoping for a Titanfall 3 instead of a Battle Royale game. And here's what I have to say to that. I'm right there with you, okay? Yes, it sucks that this isn't a Titanfall 3, because Titanfall 2 is probably the most underrated game I've actually ever played. But at the same time, it was underrated because it was underplayed. And after having 2 cracks at making a Titanfall game, making a third probably wouldn't have much more success than the previous 2. And a large part of that is because of EA. Of course, we all remember that EA launched Titanfall 2 between the release of Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, which is a recipe for disaster if you're trying to sell copies of the game. But at the end of the day, making a game like this is a smarter decision in terms of making money, and we all know that's what EA is about. And we're already seeing the payoff of that, with over 10 million players jumping into Apex Legends in just the first 72 hours. So if you are hoping for a Titanfall 3, I feel your pain, but let's enjoy this game for what it is, and that's an extremely fun, much more polished Battle Royale than we've ever seen before. And on top of that, it's free. Another reason I feel the game's generating so much hate, to piggyback on the last point I just made, is EA. And look, EA has definitely earned all of the hate they've been given over the years. And if I hadn't played Apex Legends, I would understand if people avoided the game altogether, just because EA is the publisher. But after playing it, my mind has changed on that front. Yes, there are microtransactions in Apex Legends, and yes, there are loot boxes, and hell, yes, you can even buy 2 of the 8 characters with real-world money. And that would all be a massive issue, but Apex Legends is free. EA hasn't been out of the news lately with the fiasco that is the Anthem demo and also the Anthem microtransactions, and one leaked screenshot from Anthem showed that a simple skin pack would cost almost $20. And in response to that, most of the community was pretty upset, and that's pretty understandable, and they said something along the lines of you can't charge that much money for microtransactions when we already have to pay $60 for the game, and look, I was part of that community. But with Apex Legends, you don't have to pay $60. So the fact that some people are complaining about that really doesn't make sense to me. But that's just my take on it. So if you don't want to play Apex Legends simply because of EA, then that's up to you. But in my eyes, for a free game, you've got nothing to lose. So I would recommend giving it a go. And to address the final reason Apex has been getting a lot of hate is the fact that it's a Battle Royale. And if that's your point of view, to you, I'm just gonna say, okay. I mean, if you're gonna hate on a game because you don't like that type of game, there's nothing anyone can do to change your mind, so hate away as much as you like, I guess. Now let's talk a bit about the future of Apex Legends, and we've actually already been given a content roadmap, as you can see there on screen. Every 3 months, we'll get a new season, with Season 1 starting in March. With each season, we'll get new loot, new characters, and new weapons. No concrete info has been released just yet, as if this is going to cost money, or if it's going to be free, or how much it might cost, so time will tell for that. But as for the roadmap itself, that's really exciting to see. It's sort of like an Overwatch approach to a Battle Royale, and it's also kind of similar to what Fortnite's done as well. As for if we'll ever see a new map, we don't have anything right now, but hopefully that's something that we'll see in the future. One of the strangest things about Apex Legends, at least for me though, is its release date. Yes, of course Apex Legends sort of came out of nowhere, but that's not really what I'm talking about. Because a lot of the players playing Apex right now are gonna jump ship for games like Anthem and The Division 2 in the next few weeks. So it'll be pretty interesting to see how many players will actually come back to Apex Legends once those games come out. But again, time will tell. So let's sum it all up. Apex Legends is not Titanfall 3. It is a Battle Royale in an already saturated market, and it is published by one of the worst publishers in the world. But with everything going against this game, somehow it's really, really fun. Will it be the best Battle Royale you've ever played? Maybe. I'm enjoying it so far. Will it kill Fortnite? Yeah, look, probably not. Will it die as soon as Anthem comes out? Who knows? but at the end of the day, the game is free, and the game is a hell of a lot of fun. So let's just enjoy it for what it is, instead of trying to kill it after just 1 week. So now I want to flip the conversation over to you. Have you played Apex Legends? And if you have, are you enjoying it so far? If you haven't played it, why not? And do you see yourself giving it a go in the future? Let me know in the comments below. As always, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this each and every week. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!
You are the Apex Champions.